Good evening, rail fans. Come to you tonight with not such a great update from the tracks. Pulled up to see the Music City Star 159 as I normally do at night leaving work, and noticed that there were two trains sitting back to back on the tracks, which obviously knew something wasn't right. As you see here in this press release and in this further news story, evidently just to the west side of the Donaldson station, the train struck a person and actually killed them, sadly. Not a lot of news about exactly what happened, why the person was on the tracks, or the identity of that person, but at the time of this video didn't realize that that had been the outcome. Honestly thought that maybe one of these trains had broken down and just was in a stuck position. Realized later that what we're actually looking at here, that back train, evidently at the time was acting as Music City Star 157, making the second to last run out of downtown towards Lebanon. And most likely the train closest to me here was operating as 156 at the time, and instead of meeting and swapping and continuing on each way, it just parked in front to swap the passengers over to it, as well as pick up the passengers you see boarding right now that got off of a bus coming from downtown that would normally have been on 159. So everybody is going to get on board. We're going to see this train take off here, acting as 157/159 combined, I guess. And so we'll see that go ahead and take off now. There continued to be quite a bit of activity around the train after this occurred. You can see here there's some police vehicles back there. I think one of the vehicles is a either a WeGo or maybe even an Asheville and Eastern vehicle that had ferried some new crew members out, as I'm sure the poor engineer that had been on this train probably had to go off and probably at least undergo a drug test, and I'm sure it's going to need some help to deal with this. What a horrible thing for all involved. So you see the new crew member here climbing aboard. At this point, I still, had not heard any news regarding what may or may not have happened. Didn't find this out until after I'd gotten home. So I really thought that this train maybe was going to take off at this point and follow. It did get a green signal shortly after this, so I hung out for a few more minutes and continued to have some activity around the area. Again, didn't have any idea what was actually going on. The area of the incident evidently that occurred was about, I'd say, a half mile away from this in a neighborhood, so nowhere that I could have seen anything or heard anything. You'll continue to see some people milling about. A gentleman there coming around the side of the train was evidently inspecting some part of the train. I'm not sure exactly what he was looking at. And then here in just a couple minutes you're going to see what evidently was the first member of the news media to show up and set up a camera, which kind of led me to believe that there may be something a little bit more serious going on. Actually wound up staying another probably 20 or 30 minutes, and once it became obvious that this train wasn't going to move anytime soon, went ahead and called it a night and headed home. Again, heart goes out to everybody involved. Terrible thing, and just hope everybody continues to stay safe out there. Have a good night. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the thumbs up below to give us a like. Also, please click on the Rusty Boxcar logo on the right side of the screen to get a subscription to the channel. and send us a comment. Really enjoy reading all your comments, and I try to respond to each one of them. Thanks, and have a nice day.